You fit 90% into that 11%. You have a way of really making...
Oh, is it? Like, I'm so curious if he's like, if he would accept arguments or if any of this is like movable for him.
So, again...
Because you told me I could get the fuck out.
Yes.
Right. So you threatened me.
I didn't.
And said if I want fucking boundaries...
It's not threatening you to tell you don't have to talk to me. That's not a threat.
It is a threat.
What is the threat?
I don't know, but I don't know if I can do it another day or if I just can't do it.
Okay. You put on makeup.
Yeah.
I don't like makeup.
I know.
Why do you do this?
Wait, I don't need to do this.
Don't. Like how sad I look all the time.
One of the most mindfucky things about makeup, it's so hard to convince somebody. I can't have this conversation because I just realized you're all fucking incels. I don't know how many of you know what actual women look like. I don't know if anybody knows what a woman looks like anymore. Like, I don't think anybody knows. Like, women without makeup look fine. They're cute. Everything's cool. Everything's chill. But it is impossible to convince a woman that you actually feel that way. There are like, I know so many women that you wake up in the morning and like she will get out of bed immediately to put on makeup and then come back to bed.
14 points of fascism is silly liberal arts garbage.
And I'm like, bro, why? Are you okay? I don't need you to have eyeliner on to just lay here with you. And it's like, well, and it's like, no, I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what happens next. Now you need makeup. I'm just kidding. In a video game, okay? No, but it's like, there's this weird thing that happens where, because a woman will say this, and it's impossible to figure out where the truth is, or if there's like some deception or self-deception or what. A woman will be like, well, I wear makeup because I like the way that it makes me look. And it's like, is that actually true? Or do you like the way that it makes you look because of how other people treat you based on how you look? Like, it is impossible to disentangle that. And even with women, because I'll have really honest and frank conversation about women about this. Like, what do you think? And I think most of them will admit that they're like, it's hard to tell. Like, I think I look better with makeup, but maybe it is because a lot of people tell me that if I don't have makeup on, I look sick or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't know, but the problem is that like, my advocacy can't go both ways. I can't tell women like, hey, you need to stop wearing makeup so that everybody remembers or everybody can know what women look like. You need to stop wearing makeup, please. Because then when they do that, a whole bunch of guys will be like, oh, you look disgusting, you're horrible, like everything is shit, whatever. And it's like, okay, well, what the fuck,
You're gonna get nice and perky for the video?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's what people don't like about you in my videos?
Can that be said for anything you wear aesthetically or whatever? Yep. That's why I wear sweatpants and a t-shirt, because I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave to appearances in society like my subreddit posters are, like you guys are. When you're the subreddit's like, if you would just get a nice pair of jeans and some shoes, I would just be better. That's why. Because I'm above you. I'm better than you. Because I don't give a fuck, okay? That's where I am, and that's who you are, okay? I'm the guy that shows up in sweatpants and I fuck your mom, okay? Your mom won't even talk to you, no matter what you wear, because she's too busy sucking my big Cuban cock. I'm a level 5. You're a level 1 with no hope, kid, okay?
It's too sad. You think that's why people criticize me? Because you're so sad that they feel like...
I I think it's part of it. And I think, especially people who knew me before I met you, I think I wore a lot of makeup to hide that.
That's another they think that you're sad.
You're already talking to Brittany? Wait, right now? Wait, Link! Or is that happening later? No, I hate her name. I don't know how to spell it, ever! She's not even streaming, Cherry. Okay.
Because of me.
Right.
This might be the most sociopathic thing I've ever... Wait. Oh, okay. Never mind.
They don't understand how happy I make you.
Right.
Wouldn't the same be true for like beards or something? Like you don't shave? I have to spend more time thinking about it, but there's like... I think that you can like extend the... There's like a range of like what the normal human appearance can be. And by normal, I mean like whatever's like naturally possible. But then we can extend that further with like artificial stuff like makeup or whatever. And I feel like the extension into that artificial realm is damaging. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with makeup. I think that the issue is when, like, if this is like the normal range of human appearance, and then the boosted range with makeup is like over here, I don't think that anything is like wrong or bad about this. But the issue is that people start to think that like the normal range of what humans look like becomes like this. Like these are what normal people look like now. So like if you're like Melina, you can get away with not wearing makeup, okay? Like you have good job. Your eyebrows work, your lips have color, you're blonde, okay. Great, congrats, right? But for like a lot of people, you're kind of like fucked where it's like, okay, shit, well if I don't have like already, you know, insane facial features or whatever, like I'm fucked. Because this is like, people think that this is what a normal, like everybody has like blushing red lips and cheeks and fucking crazy. And it's like, okay, well, what the fuck, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Like this part here is just kind of what worries me. Typical woman response, leave makeup alone. It's just fun for some ladies. That's a massive cope. That is the biggest cope I've ever gotten sent to me ever in my entire life, okay? I don't believe it.
They don't understand me. No one fucking understands me.
Oh, that's cute. They like talk like each other, right? Did you? No one fucking understands me. That's like a Mr. Girl line.
They don't understand me. No one fucking understands me.
Okay, so you've been pretty upset with me for the last few days. Because I said that you were my sex doll.
Right.
Do you want to talk? You want to tell people what happened?
Well, I think what happened was that you leapt into bed with me, gave me a little cuddle, and then said, "You're my real sex doll." And I was like, "No." And you were like, "Yes, you are." And I was like, "Well, no, I don't like that you're saying that. It's freaking me out." I think, I think that you may have done this in response to me saying I was a little bit like anxious and needed some reassurance about the sex doll. Is that true? Or was
Yeah.
I just thinking that?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I think I was thinking that, and I may have said it.
No. I don't remember.
I don't like that though, because because I think, although yes, because we're in a monogamous relationship, technically I am the only possible real sex doll. The implication is that I don't get to have any boundaries or set any limits,
You know
which
you know what it is?
makes me freak out. What?
It's not that you don't get to have any limits. It's that there's a limit to your limits.
Well, yeah. Come here, bud.
You have to have sex with me.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think so, but is that true? You would just...
Kind of. This is like half the story. You have to have sex with him to maintain the relationship. You don't have to have sex with him. You could just dump the relationship, right? Yeah. I want $5 back. Look at my dono. Don't ignore me. What? I don't care. You're linking me a video. That's fine. I'm in the middle of watching another video. Why are you demanding me to watch another video while I'm watching a current video? What is fucking wrong with you? This is why donations are muted right now. And I have links muted in my chat. Chill.
Well, I think so, but is that true? You would just break up with me if I said we couldn't have sex anymore?
It's not that I would just break up with you. I just think our relationship would either change to a platonic relationship, in which case it would no longer be our relationship, or would fall apart somehow. But one way or the other, in order to keep our relationship...
Sex is essential.
In order to keep our relationship as a romantic relationship, you have to have sex with me.
Uh-huh.
Especially, I really don't, if I'm not allowed to have sex with anybody else, you can't just make me never have sex.
Right.
So you have to have sex with me. So you can have boundaries to a point. You can say no a certain number of times.
How does your chest hair compare to Mr. Girl? I have 14 chest hairs.
Yeah, but...
You have to get me off.
Yeah, and that's fine, but...
No, you have to.
I know.
Okay?
But I just think that the implication of it is scary.
What's that?
Well, sex dolls get raped. They don't have any choice. They have no autonomy.
That's what I'm
they
saying.
just
is
lie
that-
there.
Okay. I prefer it when you just lie there. And I think what I've discovered through this sex doll thing, I thought this was great. Because I know you get upset when I tell you to just lie there.
Sort of. Yes and no.
No. You get upset when I say just lie face down and don't move. You get upset.
Sort of. Yes and no.
What do you mean yes and no?
I mean, it's upsetting on the one hand. On
Okay.
the other hand...
I'm talking about the hand that it's upsetting on.
Okay.
Okay. Can I just talk?
Okay, hold on. I don't understand how sometimes when I say things, it like leads to the most autistic conversations of the world, and then I get like, there's like always like the people, I'll say some shit like, I really enjoy driving cars. I think I'd prefer to be driving a car instead of like biking or walking. And then like someone in chat will be like, what about cars with bombs strapped to them, Destiny? Would you drive a car that had a bomb? What if you had a car that had a dildo that raped you every single time you put your left turn signal on, Destiny? Would you just break the law every time you drive, or would you just get raped every time you have to turn left? And it's like, chill, okay? Why is it naturally important? What about clothes? Like, let me just say this simply, and then you can figure out for your own self. You can do your own exercises, okay? Things like facial hair, okay? You can shave and you can change up a little bit. That's fine, okay? Things like your body, you can work out or not work out a little bit, put on weight, that's fine. It's within the natural realm of things, okay? having an expectation in society where people like shave or maintain their hair, take showers, I think that's fine. I think that's okay. I don't like the idea that it is an expectation that you have to paint your face to look acceptable, because it's just something a little bit weirder, a little different. Now, if you can't figure out, or if you think my standards are bullshit, or you think everything I'm saying is dumb, that's fine. You can have that, okay? But don't type some fucking unbelievably, okay, some actual weapons grade autistic shit in my chat. Like, what about clothes, Destiny? Okay, that's all just chill. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be mean, okay? I love you. I love you so much. I'll give you a pro tip in exchange for my rage. I've given this one before, okay? If you're ever gonna have girls over at your house and you wanna be a real player, a real big baller shot caller, stock up on these motherfuckers and put them in your bathroom, okay? Women love this shit. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the best brand, but they always have these things, these little makeup wipes, so they don't have to fucking scrape shit off their fucking face, okay? Stock up on these. There you go. That's your pro tip of the day. Chill, okay? Take a breather. Calm down. All right. Cherry's Oni. What is Cherry saying? Those are so bad for your face. I've never heard that in my life. I'm sure that there's probably like a 52 product system Korean makeup removal shit if you want to be like ultra fucking anal or some shit. But pretty sure using these wipes is better than getting soap and having to fucking scrub the shit off your face. But I'm sure there's like a 27-step product cleanser system remover if you want to do that too. Okay, but at the end of the night, when you've been out drinking and you just finished fucking and you're barely are awake enough to get a drink of water, it's nice to just have something to wipe your face off. Otherwise, what happens is girls just sleep with their makeup and then everything gets fucked anyway. So, what? I love you.
What are you talking about?
How much I love fucking your mom, Mel. I love your mom. What? I love her. She has the tightest pussy in the world. It's so good. All I can think about is how much I love you. And how much when I fuck your mom, I'm thinking, wow, this is the same pussy my beautiful Melina came out of. And it's the one I'm about to come into. Just kidding, I love you. I love you, Mel. Don't get the knife off my screen. I'm going to ban on YouTube.
You're driving me crazy.
Good. Okay, be careful. Love you. Okay, let's go back to watching this abusive relationship and get away from mine.
Go
Without
ahead.
you trying to control what I'm saying.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Can you not say go ahead? Can you just shut up and just let me talk? Even that is just annoying. Shut up. No.
Okay.
Okay. Can I just talk?
Here, so it's always hard to be critical of Max because you don't know how much is like for the camera versus what's not for the camera. So here's like a skill. I've talked about this a lot before. I don't know why I'm talking about it because you guys are too autistic to implement any of this in your real life, okay? Because I'm just built there. I'm a level 5. I'm a level 5. You guys are 2s. Some of you are 1s, okay? It's really important to know when to switch up, and it's really important that the people around you know that you know when to switch up. Like, I can be like very aggressive, very sarcastic, very demeaning, like all of these types of things. But if somebody's having a serious conversation, like I can create a lot of space for them to express those feelings and to feel like they can do it without judgment, without aggression. I wonder sometimes, I can't tell, I don't know because these are videos and I can't see the totality of the relationship, but I wonder sometimes if Max knows when to switch up a little bit, you know? Like if I'm talking to a girl and she's like, I kind of think I want to eat like whatever, I want to go to Applebee's, and I'm like, okay, well that's great, but I don't want to eat dog food tonight, okay? We're going to the Outback Steakhouse, the premium tier, best American restaurant. But if a girl's like, hey, I don't know if I appreciate like a comment you said about me, I'm not going to be like, well, get used to it because I'm about to say it 10 more times now that you told me about it, right? That would be like a time for like, oh, okay, sure, let's chat about this, right? You have to be able to kind of like switch gears when you're kind of feeling out where the other person is in the conversation, how they're feeling. Like for some things, you can lean into these like very aggressively and like have fun and banter and all that. But I think the other person needs to know that you have the capability of changing up and understanding what they're doing and being less aggressive or whatever. Like this seems like one of those times where maybe he should do that, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah.
Go
Without
ahead.
you trying to control what I'm saying.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Can you not say go ahead? Can you just shut up and just let me talk? Even that is just annoying. I would just like to speak, and then when I'm done, then you can speak. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. I thought, well, since you get upset when I tell you to just lie there and not move, and the doll's gonna do that anyway, it would be interesting to see what it's like for me to just fuck the doll. Because the doll always does what I want it to do. And, because I don't like it when you move when we're having sex. I don't like it, the part that's for me. Like if I'm like, I just want what I want to fuck you. I'm not picturing you being like, oh yeah, me. I just want you to not move, and I want you to lie there face down and be quiet and be still. So I was thinking maybe the doll will make you jealous, and then you'll want to do that more, or maybe it'll be an outlet for me. I think what I've realized with my sickening sexual experiences with the doll is that it doesn't really mean anything if the doll's lying still. It's not letting me have my...
Yeah, you can stream it, no problem. Shit, hold on, this guy might want to talk. August, cut! August, cut right here! Cut! Gone! Gone! Okay, back to this, sorry, Jesus. I think once he started to talk about working poor proletariat stuff, even if it's so, you'd probably be able to convince him on some things, bring up your past with being working poor. I don't know. That guy's had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on.
With my sickening sexual experiences with the doll is that the doll will make you jealous, and then you'll want to do that more, or maybe it'll be an outlet for me. I think what I've realized with my sickening sexual experiences with the doll is that it doesn't really mean anything if the doll's lying still. It's not letting me have my way with it. It's not letting me, it's not doing anything for me. When you, we've talked about this before. I know it's for me when you are just not doing anything. When you're not moaning, you're not like, oh, I know it's for me when you're not making it about yourself. And you have a tendency to make lots of things about yourself. I have a tendency to be very sensitive. If something's 89% for me, but 11% for you, I feel like it's just for you. Because you have a way of you fit 90% into that 11%. You have a way of really making...
Oh, is it? Like, I'm so curious if he's like, if he would accept arguments or if any of this is like movable for him. Because like, something can be like 100% for both people, no? Or like, it's such a weird perspective. Two people can engage in like sexual activity and both of them are doing it literally 100% for themselves and both enjoy it. Like, is that not...
that undermine the rest of it. Mm-hmm. And then when it's not for you, you get upset. And then I know it's for me. And so I realized the doll, you said the doll's gonna cuck you, but the doll's cucking me. I'm taking that slave owner part of me and I'm just taking it out on the doll, leaving you in the clear. I want an agreement where you will regularly...
Beautiful.
Lie still for me.
I see. It's an act of service.
I don't give a fuck what you call it. The more you talk, the more you ruin it. Because you're going to say, oh, I like doing an act of service. It's his love language. Okay, well, I can see how... Just shut the fuck up. I just want you to shut up and lie still. I don't want you to talk about it. I don't want to hear the mental gymnastics that you go through to try to absorb it into your nexus of manipulation. I just want you to lie down, face down, and be very still and very quiet until I'm done. And I want you to do this on a regular basis.
What does that mean?
Once every 2 weeks. To start.
Wait, what? Hold on.
2 weeks. On a regular basis.
What does that mean?
Once every 2 weeks.
For sex, he's saying, or for necrophiliac sex?
To start.
Well, that doesn't seem that bad.
Necro.
Okay, once a week.
Well, that seems bad.
Good. Let's do that. Once every 2 weeks.
Well, you just said.
I was joking about increasing the frequency because you said it didn't seem that bad. See, I don't want to be thinking about your needs all the time.
I see. You
constantly-
don't want to care if it's that bad.
That's your job.
Right.
If you're like, oh, I don't want to get fucked in the ass, but you can do it every...
Scared the cat.
Oh, no. If you're like, oh, I don't want to get fucked in the ass, but you can do it every day. You can do it every day, but I don't want to. That's not my problem. I want fucking to be a lot more like jacking off. Sometimes.
Well, I know.
Okay, so once every 2 weeks?
I don't know. I will have to think about this.
That's already more often than we have sex.
Yes, that's why I need to think about it.
Well, what can you do now? What can you commit to? Yeah, I need to think.
Well, for sure once a month, I would say.
Starting when?
And now?
What do you think about free use shit? I mean, free use can be fun or hot, but like the idea behind free use is that both people are into it. It's not actually like I'm gonna come in and fuck you when you don't want to and you're busy doing something, right? Like free use only works because both people want to do it, right?
Sure once.
Do now? What can you commit to? Yeah, I need to think.
Well, for sure once a month, I would say.
Starting when?
And now? I don't know.
Right now?
Have we technically had our thing for April yet, or we have to fit it in the
Right
next
now?
day? Huh?
Right now?
Well, sure. But the question is, what months are we going by? The calendar month? Well, it's kind of important.
Not really, because it's April 29th. So it doesn't really matter.
Well, it does matter.
Jalen, you see how controlling you are?
No, it's fucking knowing what you're agreeing to. If I'm supposed to agree to once a month and we need to fit one in real quick in the next day and a half, I think I should know that. You don't think so? Do you not get what I'm saying? Or am I not getting what you're saying? I don't understand what's going on.
I get what you're saying.
So then why are you not responding?
Because it feels like you're being controlling. And it's upsetting.
Well, I suppose so. Well, we could just wait to start it until next month then.
Okay.
Great.
Feels like you're being controlling. You're ruining it.
Well, this is the thing, is I'm not an actual sex doll.
Would you have agreed to doing it tonight and next month?
Probably not tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Okay, so what does it matter which way we choose? What does it matter how we count it?
Well, I have to know what it is.
Why?
Well, you can't just spring stuff like that on me. Maybe you want to, but it's
No,
not how
I didn't
work.
say I want to be able to do it whenever I say. We said once a month. That means I can't just do it whenever I say. But you see, you're changing what we're agreeing to be something that you will fight and complain about and now you're saying no to something I didn't ask.
Well, I think that in making an agreement...
I don't care. I don't care what you think. I want you to stop. I just want you to stop.
Well, I don't think we can make an agreement.
Why? You will agree to every version of the agreement. So all it's turning into... It's like if you're like, hey, shut up. It's like if you're like, hey, do you want to get pizza? And I'm like, well, which hand are you going to take the pizza out of the box with? This whole conversation is just all about whether or not we are going to have sex tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. And so what you are turning this into by not just saying like, yes, let's start on May 1st. Do you see how that would be actually you asserting what you want and asserting your version of it, but also would not make the entire conversation about you and your discomfort and your fucking complaining? Or you could have said, well, April's running out, so if we're doing this in April, that means once tomorrow and then once next month. But you're not saying that either. You're pretending that you're like waffling or something, or that you're really concerned, and so you're like, well, I have a question. I really need to know this, Max. Which you do every fucking time there's anything that I'm in charge of. Every time we're filming something, you're like, hey, should I wear this shirt? And I'm like, I don't fucking care what shirt you wear. Please shut up and just sit in the chair. And you're like, fine. It's a control grab. It's a power grab.
Come here, buddy. Okay. Well, let's start on May 1st then. And we will just do it by month.
Okay, so from May 1st. Okay, do you see what I'm saying about you being controlling?
Yes, I do.
Now, you see what I'm saying, or do you agree that that's happening?
I see what you're saying.
But you don't think that's happening?
Right. I think you can frame it as controlling. I don't agree with that characterization.
You don't agree with the decision to frame you as controlling?
Well, I'm getting a bit frustrated because it feels like you have misled me a bit here. You agreed, you told me that we were having an interview about the sex doll.
Yeah.
And you're like asking me to agree to a sex schedule, which we kind of already rejected and tried once.
Okay.
And I don't know. It just feels like I'm open to trying that again, but like you're gonna put this in the video, and I feel uncomfortable because I'm already in a very uncomfortable position of like not wanting people to fucking say our relationship is abusive, but you're like berating me about asking you a question about you asking me to agree to sex on a regular basis and be a sex doll.
No, I'm not berating you about asking me a question.
I asked you a question, you're saying that I'm being too controlling, so it seems like...
Do you think that you can be too controlling by asking questions?
I do, but you...
Okay, so the fact that it had a question mark at the end doesn't really determine whether it's controlling or not. Are we doing it monthly, or are we do a calendar month, or every 30 days? That's not designed to actually get information out of me. It's just designed to put me in a new role of putting soothing balm on your upset emotions. And what I don't want to do, I don't want to be in the role of rubbing balm on your emotions. I don't want to do that right now. I want you to do that for yourself, and I will do it for myself.
I don't want to do this. I am quitting the interview, and I do not want any of this to be in the fucking video.
Jeez.
Okay. Because I'm asking you about sex plans?
Because you are shirking a role that you have agreed to take, I
didn't-
believe,
I
throughout our relationship.
I don't-
Stop talking while I'm talking. You have agreed to a role in the past that is assumed you will continue to be in for this conversation as well if we're on camera together. And you can disagree with that. I don't care.
Every conversation we have on camera is me trying to get out of this role.
I don't care.
Well, do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
You don't think every conversation is me saying, like, why can't you just say no or set your boundaries or just admit to what's happening instead of trying to get me to do it for you? I feel like every conversation we film ends up being about this exact topic of me not wanting to be in this role.
Yes.
I don't want it to be a default.
Fine.
Okay.
I'm saying you can't escape that because you have all the power and I don't agree to it. And you are trying to say...
So we can't have a real conversation.
No, not one that's filmed. You are always in the position of control.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, and you won't let me actually be in control.
No, I'm saying that as the person in control, you also have to be the caretaker to some extent.
No.
Yes, I know. You're saying no.
Yes.
And I'm saying yes. We've
Okay.
already been over this.
Okay, so then...
Okay, so that's what I think is happening.
Yeah.
On top of that, you are already kind of pushing my boundaries by asking me to do this.
I'm pushing your boundaries
Normally-
by asking you a question. By asking you for something sexual. I'm pushing your boundaries.
No, what you're asking me to do sexually pushes my sexual boundaries.
No, asking you to do something doesn't push your boundaries.
Okay, you can say whatever you want.
Yes,
that is
because
what
you
I
could
think.
just say no.
I understand.
I could ask you if I can
No,
drive a
it's
car up
okay.
your ass, and you could say no or yes. It's not pushing your boundaries to ask you for something.
Okay, you're just not listening.
What do you mean by pushing your boundaries? It's not pushing your boundaries to ask you for something sexual. That's not pushing.
Asking me for something sexual on camera is pushing my boundaries. If I had known you were going to do that, I probably would have addressed that before we fucking got on camera, but I didn't know you were gonna do that. You're saying I could just say no, but you don't actually understand because the way that you operate is different from me. And also,
Yeah, you don't say
the
no.
way that the camera affects me, the way that the crowd affects me is very different. I'm not comfortable with that, and you don't care, and you are actively trying to get out of the role of giving a shit about that. And my answer to that is no.
It's not that I don't give a shit.
I understand that you're distinguishing it differently. To me, that is what it translates as.
I understand that, but it has to be somebody's responsibility.
That's
For
fine.
you,
I understand.
Your sexual boundaries have to be somebody's responsibility,
Yes.
and you want
I
them
am
to
saying,
you want them to be mine. And
When we are on
and
okay.
want them to be mine and
you're
not
just-
yours.
Yes, when we're on camera,
Yes,
to
I don't-
some degree, you
I-
are also
I don't want to-
agreeing to look out for me. Yes, you are.
Looking
you
out,
have in the past, and you are.
Looking out for you is different from being solely responsible
I don't think
for
that
your
you're solely
boundaries.
responsible.
Well, then where were you? What have you done for your own boundaries throughout this conversation?
This part.
Okay, so now you're here. Except you're ending the conversation. So again,
Because you told me I could get the fuck out.
yes.
Right. So you threatened me.
I didn't.
And
it's
said
not
if I
it's
want
not
fucking boundaries.
It's not threatening you to tell you don't have to talk to me. That's not a threat.
It is a threat.
What is the threat? What am I threatening to do?
It's emotionally cutting me off from a project you asked me to be part of because I had some boundaries with you or asked you to
No, you're
be
not,
in a role you have
That's not
agreed
how
to.
boundaries work. You're trying to force me to do something. That's not what a boundary is. A boundary is, hey, babe, I really want to be part of your project. I'm so flattered that you thought that filming this interview would be so nice for your project. But you know what? I don't want to negotiate sex plans with you on camera. So if that's required, I'm going to have to leave the interview if that's the only thing that we can talk about. So was that your whole plan? Or can we talk about this later? You know, hi guys, we're gonna talk about this later. But for right now, I really just want to talk to you about the doll or whatever else you were thinking, but I don't want to do this right now. That would be you setting a boundary. And then if I say, no, I really need to do this, or that's it, that's all I can do, then you would say, oh, well, okay, well then I
that's
guess
not
I have
the
to leave the
primary
interview.
problem
But it's
we're
not a
having, though.
threat for me to remind you that you don't have to do anything I tell you. It's not a threat. You're the one saying we have to do the
It's-
interview.
Okay.
And that we have to do it the way you want.
I understand. You're saying it. I don't think there's a way for you to have me on camera on your channel without doing that.
Okay.
Okay, well, if that's how it is, then I don't see what else there is to talk about.
Wait, fuck, did we just miss something?
Without doing that. I don't think there's a way for you to have me on camera on your
Well, I
channel.
wonder what was cut out.
without doing that.
I don't know if there was another line. I don't think you'd cut out anything
Okay.
important, but...
Okay, well, if that's how it is, then I don't see what else there is to talk about.
Oh, maybe she has a cat allergy.
You're still trying to pressure me into doing what you want me to do.
Yes, I want you to do what I
I
fucking
need
said.
you to find a way to negotiate things with me that is not you trying to manipulate or pressure me into doing things that you want me to do. You've already defined this entire conversation as out of bounds, but you didn't mean that. Or you did mean it for a second, but now you've taken it back. And it's like all over the... I never know what I'm allowed to be doing or what I'm
Okay.
allowed to be saying, or if I'm allowed to be
Okay.
fucking raping you while you lie face down quietly, or if I'm not allowed to do it. And that's the whole point, is that when every time we fuck, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to be fucking you. I don't know if I'm supposed to be fucking you. And I need to feel like I'm allowed to do it, I'm supposed to do it. You can cry. You got some extra leather left over from your projects. Make yourself a little bit to bite down on, and you can fucking deal with it. I want to know that whatever you feel while I'm fucking you is your problem.
I know.
Okay. And same with this conversation.
I
Yeah. Go ahead.
don't want to make agreements about our sex life on camera
Or off camera.
or off camera.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. So are you rescinding our agreement?
I rescind. Well, I don't know. I don't want.
You like having a semi-agreement. You don't even want to agree that we don't have an agreement. Do you see how that leaves me feeling like I don't know where I stand with you?
I
And
do.
how- and how-
I
and
truly
how-
understand.
Do you know how pathetic?
And sure,
do
it's
you know how
really
pa- do you know how-
Stop. Stop.
Do you know how pathetic it is? No, I'm allowed to do this. This I'm allowed to do.
No one's saying you're not allowed. I just want you to stop.
And you can't stop me.
I know.
Only Renee can stop
I'm
me, and
just
she
mad
can't
at
she
you.
can't move or talk.
I know.
Do you know how pathetic it makes me feel and emasculated?
I think I'm not talking because I'm probably going to talk to Max in about 10 minutes about this video. Someone in my YouTube chat just said, though, he's very bad at being a dominant. Part of being a top is caring for the submissive. Without getting into Brittany's world of terms, this is a lot of this goes into these like concepts of like masculinity or true dominant personality types. You'll know this from video games if you lead people, or in teams if you lead people, or in sexual relationships if you lead people. It is a leader or an alpha or a dominant or whatever, from a movie perspective, is like a dude that like does whatever the fuck he wants because he's the fucking Giga Chad. These motherfuckers figure it. I'm the leader. I do what the fuck I want. You get in line and you follow, right? This is kind of like the movie or the fictionalized version of a leader. But the true version of the leader, or a dominant in a sexual relationship, or somebody that's in charge of people, the leader has to actually be the biggest bitch. He has to be the most empathetic person, because the decisions that he's making are affecting everybody around him, and he needs to be aware, or she needs to be aware of like how these decisions are interfacing with other people. So it is true that it's especially true in BDSM type stuff. Like there are whole terms of like when, you know, aftercare for people in like subspace and all this shit. There are all these things, but even in the, we can throw all that aside. We don't need to even talk about that. In any type of thing where you're taking charge of another person or you're kind of like leading the scenario, it's more difficult to lead. Not because you're just making decisions for yourself, but because you're making decisions involving the well-being of another person too. And you have to understand what's going through their head as you navigate that space. Yeah.
That I don't get to know if I'm allowed to be in this conversation, if I'm allowed to be making this movie, if I'm allowed to do anything except fuck this corpse.
Yes, I understand. I truly understand. You can clearly see, I think, that I want to provide this for you.
You have to.
Have you tried BDSM scenes? Never. But power dynamics, I mean, I tend to be naturally a more... No, actually, it's just... I just know this. I had a big Eve Corp, okay? I know what I'm talking about.
You have
Again,
to.
you didn't say... No, you
You
didn't.
have to.
I don't have to.
I need it.
I know.
I need you.
I know.
I need you.
But even just the way you're framing it
I
makes
need
it
you.
feel rapey.
It is. That's
Well,
the problem
sucks.
that's the problem with relationships.
Well, it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks because
It sucks.
I don't do this to you. I don't think.
That's funny. That's rich. I can be warm to you. If you can be vulnerable in a way that is not making me into the bad guy. But if you start throwing me under the bus, and you start making me out to be the abusive psycho, I am going to get very defensive. Can we agree to that?
I don't know. I mean, the problem is that you are making me out to be an abusive psycho. I was not
are.
calling you out for anything. I was asking you for fucking clarification.
When things get
It is
more explicit,
abusive of you to do that.
No, it's not abusive for me to call you abusive, you fucking monster.
Do you ever get bored of submissive women in bed? No, submissive people are fine. The problem is when somebody uses submissive as a synonym for lazy. way different things.
I'm asking you. The way you call,
that's
the way
not what
you
I
make
said.
people, you make people think I'm abusive without saying the word abusive or by doing anything explicit. It's a very subtle throwing under the bus, but it's happening, and I know it's happening.
I can't listen to you. I need to take a break.
Okay, do you want to play Smash?
No, I just want to be alone.
Okay. Can you tell me how much time is left on that camera?
677 minutes.
Is the cat licking something? What is the noise?
I don't think I can do this. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do it another day or if I just can't do it.
Okay.
Okay, I just have
A
questions.
few questions. Yeah.
So, I listened to the video of you debating Shaylin on Ever Feelings, of you talking to your girlfriend. It is girlfriend, right? It's not
Just
fiancé or-
girlfriend.
Okay, gotcha.
Not yet.
Not yet. And
I could propose to her right now on stream. Wouldn't that be romantic?
maybe
As I defend my abusive behavior.
that would be a good love bomb. The most effective. That's
It
how I
would.
got married to fucking Melina. We had a huge fight. And I was like, "Fuck, this bitch is about to run out on me." And I was like, "Melina, I love you. Marry me." And she was like, "Ah,
Nice.
okay." Yeah, that didn't actually happen. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna save this for.
Yeah, you want
whenever
to say that
I
for a
do.
big fight.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically, I don't have these organized by topic at all. It was just kind of like things that I was writing down as the video was going. So I'm kind of
Okay.
doing order and time, and not necessarily by topic. All right.
Okay.